The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, a track that will certainly force the drivers to push themselves. It consists of a very impressive main straight going into turn 1. It's a straight that also offers a DRS zone, so it's likely to be a hot spot for overtakes. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Now I want to talk to you about Carlos Sainz. As ever, the threat of unreliability is never far away, and indeed they'll be starting out of position today due to a power unit component change. So it's going to be a difficult task to move forward from there.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Ricciardo, Norris, Perez, Stroll and Alexander Albon, Gasly, Ocon, Roman Grosjean and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Kevin Magnussen and an AlphaTauri, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
As we go to 5 red lights ahead of the drivers, it's the Spanish Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Everybody gets away well, and they will be trying to stay away from each other down towards turn 1 as everyone is trying to get past each other. There's varying starts at the back. Into the first braking zone we get past a couple people, and no, we've made a little bit of contact, and there's a Ferrari round. Somebody spun around at the back there, and there's a big accident behind. And so a lot of people got off very poorly through that, but we are up into 4th place. It's an amazing start for us in there. Charles Leclerc got spun around, and oh look, somebody's gone over the top there. It's George Russell and the Haas of Roman Grosjean. As you can see that Nicholas Latifi is on board, and that's a big accident as George Russell flies over the top there of the Haas driver, and oh no, look at that. That's Roman Grosjean, and the damage will be too much as the rear wing is off of that Haas car. So here, let's see. It's a good initial start from us. We get side by side with quite a few cars, especially the Haas. Make a little bit of contact with the Haas, but down towards turn 1, there's a lot of space for us to brake late, but we brake a little bit too late, and we just get completely hit off because of the contact in front between the 2 Ferraris, I think it was. Or it might have been Charles Leclerc and somebody else. As you see, he's right next to Max Verstappen. Did they touch going into turn 1? Oh, they did touch, and that's Charles Leclerc spun around. As you see, Sebastian Vettel, his teammate, is really getting held up by Charles Leclerc. And as you see, Leclerc pulls out, and oh no, he hit Kevin Magnussen as well. So he will have damage going into the pits on the next lap. Here is George Russell. He flew over the top of the Haas of Roman Grosjean, as you can see. He's right behind him. Bam! Just gets drilled in the back, almost like Fernando Alonso and Charles Leclerc a couple of years back in 2018 at Spa. As he's over the top there, as you can see. Here's the view that Antonio Giovinazzi got as he makes some contact, and oh my goodness. And it was a Haas. It was Kevin Magnussen, as you see. We go on board with Kevin Magnussen off that start. Going down towards turn 1, a little bit of contact with us. Going into turn 1, and he gets held up a lot. Was he the one that? Yes, he was. He did, but it wasn't a very big hit, but it was enough to hit him over the top there. And as you see, he also makes some contact with Charles Leclerc's front wing and takes his front wing completely off. Here's Roman Grosjean's view. As you see, bam! The Williams flies over the top of him. And now Roman Grosjean is out of this race due to the amount of damage that occurred during this kerfuffle at the start. Here's another view on it. As you can see, everybody tried to stay away from each other, but it was inevitable due to Charles Leclerc and driving into the side of Max Verstappen. As you see, the Williams does get launched into the air. Super unfortunate for him. Here's Kimi Räikkönen. He stayed out of trouble, I think. He did get hit in the rear, but he sees everything unfold right in front of his eyes. As you see, he really gets held up a ton there. So very unfortunate for him. As you see, Carlos Sainz is lighting up his tires. Here's what Sebastian Vettel saw. Did he see his teammate go for it? He did see his teammate go for it. He sees his teammate spun around, and he really gets held up. As you see, we get past and we get off perfectly fine, as Sebastian Vettel is way back there at the end. So Valtteri Bottas leads us from Lewis Hamilton. It's a Mercedes 1-2 at the moment, as you see the Haas coming in for front wing damage, and this is Kevin Magnussen, as Grosjean is out already. And here is Antonio Giovinazzi. He's gotten good starts during the season, but this is not one of those, as he is dropping way back. I think he is in last place or near last place. And also Nicholas Latifi getting his front wing changed and tires, as he also got included in that crash at the start. Here's Pierre Gasly, as you see right in front of him. Daniel Ricciardo, and he's got a lot of damage. He doesn't even have a front wing, and now Pierre Gasly is all over the back of him. As you see, his front wing is completely gone, and so this will be quite a fair few battle. And look at that, and that's Sergio Perez trying to fight Pierre Gasly, and now they're side by side. And now Pierre Gasly just gets ahead of a stricken Daniel Ricciardo with a ton of front wing damage. So as you see, but now Daniel Ricciardo is really holding up this train of cars, so that'll really help our teammate in this race. So hopefully he will score some really good points, as he is up into 5th place now. As you see, they're all trying to get past each other. This is crazy as they go down towards the hairpin. Nobody can get in front of Daniel Ricciardo because it's so tight around here, and nobody can get in front. And now look at that. The Renault of Esteban Ocon is getting past Sergio Perez. So Daniel Ricciardo is essentially helping out his teammate there, getting past Sergio Perez. So let's see if Checo can get this place back from him, as they're still side by side going into the chicane. As you see, Daniel Ricciardo pitting, and it will be Esteban Ocon just barely ahead of Sergio Perez. And now they are all over our backs. They've been trying this move over and over. As you see, we lock up a little bit, and now Lance Stroll and our teammate Pierre Gasly are both side by side going into the next couple of corners. We lock up a little bit, and now that allows Lance Stroll to really get a great run, as we are side by side with him as we squeeze him to the inside, and we take the inside of the corner, and he overcooked it, and now we are back up into 4th place, and now our teammate is all over the back of him, and he will have DRS. Let's see if he can get past, as he is side by side, and he is in front of Lance Stroll. So Lance Stroll really got affected by that. So let's see what happened. We pushed Lance Stroll as close as we could to the grass. He overcooks it because he was taking a tighter line, and we got through perfectly. Let's see what Lance Stroll saw as he goes into the next couple of corners. As you see, our teammate Gasly getting past him for a moment, but Gasly gets boxed in by me and Lance Stroll. As you see, Lance Stroll sees us locking up, and we get a horrible exit, and there Lance Stroll is really doing well, but he overcooks it into the corner, and so we get past and into 4th place. Here we go. Our teammate's been really trying this move. We cover him off once, but he does have DRS as he pulls to the right, and we're going to go into turn 1. Let's see who can stay ahead, and we just stay ahead in this battle. This is very interesting. It's the final lap. Our teammate's trying to go for a move, but he can't make it. And we've taken 4th, and it's 4th and 5th for us in the Alpha Tauris. And so it's an amazing Grand Prix for us today. Let's hear the team radio. Yes, boys! Yes, that's our best finishing position.
Another Spanish Grand Prix is over, and what a special race it was. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
A magnificent race. We can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot. A well-earned victory for Mercedes.
And as we said before, it's a 4-5. So we take home 22 points for AlphaTauri. And it's an amazing Grand Prix. It's Valtteri Bottas winning from Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, the top 3. Now let's go to our post-race interview.
An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective.
Yeah, it was hectic as heck. So turn 1. Obviously, Leclerc and Max came together, and Leclerc spun around, and that was really what really changed our race around. We started quite far back, so I wasn't really expecting to get points today, so it was really a treat to have that. So we went around the outside, and I picked up a little bit of front wing damage, hitting Kevin Magnussen, but I was able to fend off everybody to the checkered flag, and it was 4-5, so almost got a podium, but 22 points, it's amazing for the team, and super exciting, yeah.